If you're looking for the perfect day trip from Tokyo that includes history, culture, food, and even a little bit of anime, this is it. Hi everyone, it's Abby from Pictour. I'm a photographer and guide in Japan, and today I am finally here again in Kamakura to show you everything that this city has to enjoy, particularly if you're here for a day trip, and I'm going to show you how to do it. So we're here at Kamakura Station, which is probably where you will arrive. So let's head inside and let me show you what it's like. Alright, when you arrive, you're going to want to come to the east exit and come out and it will look like this. And the first place we're going to go is a really cool shrine, but of course I couldn't start any video without taking you to see some snacks first. And luckily we have the ultimate snack street over here. This is not my first time in Kamakura, but I loved it so much the first time I came that I knew I had to come back and share it with you guys. I know everyone sort of knows what Kamakura is, but a lot of people are on the line about should they add it to their itinerary or not. So I think by the end of this video, you'll know if this is a place for you or not. To get to the shrine, we're going to head through Komachi Street. And this was farmland until the end of the 1800s, early 1900s, when the Kamakura station was built. And it really started bringing people in. You have a lot to see here. You have a Ghibli store for my Ghibli fans. Of course, you have a Baskin-Robbins. Actually, Baskin-Robbins in Japan has some really unique flavors. Of course, you have all your souvenir shops. You have all kinds of snacks. So Kamakura itself is perhaps most famous for shirasu, which are little teeny tiny baby fish. So you can get what's called shirasudon, and they literally just put teeny tiny baby fish on rice. I wouldn't say this place is well known for like too much outside of that, but they definitely have a lot of really good looking food. Hello, this is cute. So whenever you walk around Japan to any of these like sort of cool, smallish tourist towns, they'll have a lot of the same street foods. So even if you go to one and not the others, you'll get to still experience a lot of those good foods. All right, our first stop to eat is this crepe place, which is really trendy and popular. This is the cream and chocolate. I love a good crepe. Let's see if it's good. It's actually really good. Yeah, we love like Marian crepes, like that you can find in my Harajuku video. Those are so good, but that's not a Parisian crepe. Crap. And we got the blueberry and cream cheese just to be extra crazy. So we always get red bean. I can't believe I'm eating the head of the Buddha right now. It's literally just a pancake with cream cheese and blueberry inside that looks like a Buddha head. It's not like blowing my mind, but it is pleasant and it is nice. So I'm gonna enjoy it. We'll be seeing you later for real. So as we approach the shrine, it will make more sense if you have more context about Kamakura. So Kamakura was so important at one point that there's literally a period in Japanese history called the Kamakura period. So that was around 150 or so years. And the Kamakura period happened when a dude named Minamoto no Yoritomo came here, and he was obviously so powerful that he was able to declare himself Seitai Shogun, which means basically conquering everyone, big shogun. And this made Yoritomo literally the first shogun in Japanese history. So he is shogun number 1. So he created this place and it became the Kamakura period at that time. And it would stay the Kamakura period from the end of the 1100s all the way until 1333, when eventually they couldn't hold power anymore. So this shrine has the Shinto god Hachiman, who is the god of warriors. And so that would make sense, right? This is a place very associated with samurai and with strength. So you're literally kind of in samurai town right now. I will say, if you want to feel the feeling of a samurai town, you might want to check out Kanazawa, because I think it retains a little more of that samurai atmosphere. So I actually have a video on that. You will know the shrine when you get here. It will be blatantly obvious. It's at the end of the road and at the end of Komachi Street. Everything in Kamakura is pretty easily accessible, and Kamakura Station is going to be sort of your middle point. So this is Tsurugaoka Hachiman Shrine. And honestly, it is so beautiful. They have lots of gardens that you can walk around and enjoy, and you can see, like I showed you, they have these little bridges, and they also have these beautiful lily pads. And so these transform into big blossoms at different times in the year. So like most shrines and temples that are pretty big, whenever you walk through the grounds on the way in, they'll have little places where you can get like snacks or different kind of goods that have been set up by different people. So I know a lot of you aren't super familiar with how Japan works, but whenever you hear that there was a shogun, it basically means that the shogun was a military dictator. So what that means is there was probably still an emperor who was just hanging out, but the military dictator, aka the shogun, was pretty much calling all the shots. So you might even think of it as similar to today, where there is a prime minister here, and there's still an emperor, but he is more of a symbolic figurehead than someone who's actually making decisions. So it would have been similar to that, except, of course, a shogun and a prime minister are elected a bit differently. So I'm not going to go further up because this is a sacred place, but you can see they have this very big staircase. And not only is this a really beautiful place to walk up and then make sure you turn around when you go up there, but this is also the spot where the guy I told you about, Minamoto no Yoritomo, aka first shogun, one of his sons was assassinated here. And then when that son was assassinated, it was actually the end of the Minamoto bloodline. And so, although the Kamakura period and of course shogunate would continue on for a few more generations after that, that was a very big deal in Japan at the time. Once you have finished at the shrine, cover me, watch our summer video. Once you have enjoyed yourself at the shrine, made a little wish, gotten any lucky charms or whatever you need to get, and you're ready to leave, what we're going to do is you can either go back through Komachi Street the way you came, if there was more food you wanted to get through there, or you can go straight out here and literally just go straight down this road. And there is more little stores and places to enjoy, and that's actually where we are gonna go. So as you approach the station, you'll see this store called Hato Sabure, and there's no better way to explain it than to show you this right here. So we already got them. Hato means pigeon, and you can have it as a unique gift from your Kamakura trip, or you can just literally eat them outside the store because they're good. All right, we are inside Kamakura Station, and we're gonna take the Enoden line. So if you're coming from where we came from the east exit, you're going to walk inside and find where it says Enoden. So that's on the other side, on the west side. And you'll know it because it'll be this super duper cute green train that's so iconic here. So you can actually use normal Suica and Passmo for Enoden. They also have a Enoden day pass if you think you'll be using it a lot. So I'm just gonna be using my normal IC card. So to get to where we are going, which is Hasedera, or Hasedera Temple, we're gonna keep going. And we're gonna hop on the one that goes to Hase, probably with every other person here. No one knows about this place. All right, train. Also, by the way, you can probably see there's a little frog right here. So frog in Japanese is kaeru, and to go home in Japanese is kaeru. So when you have a little frog, it's supposed to help you get home safely. So if you have watched the anime Slam Dunk, you might recognize these trains. And I'm going to show you later a super iconic Slam Dunk location. So from Hase Station, it will be around a 4 to 5 minute walk first to Hasedera. And then from there, we're going to go to Kotokuin, which I almost fell. Kamakura is at the beach, if you did not know that. So they have lots of Hawaii themed stuff, Okinawa themed stuff. Shirasudon. All right, here we are at the approach of Hasedera. And you will know when you get here because you will see this really cute little lantern. So to get your tickets, you're gonna come over to the ticket area. It is 400 yen per adult and 200 yen per child. Surprisingly, they take credit card or cash. All right, got our ticket. Right when you come inside, it's immediately beautiful. And there's quite a few different things to see here. This place is perhaps most famous for having hydrangeas that are in bloom in June and July. And right now it's mid-May, so probably not open yet. But they have lots of other really nice stuff here, like a really big statue and a little cave area and some Jizo statues. It's like a whole package deal of everything you'd want to see in a shrine. Look at these beautiful flowers. So to go to this really cool cave called the Benzaiten Cave, you have to go over here.
You need to be quiet.
So who is Benzaiten, you might ask? She is one of the 7 Japanese lucky gods. She's the only woman out of those 7. And she is the goddess of music. So if you look, you can see they have these little statues that are playing different instruments. So when you go inside, it's a very, very peaceful, quiet place where you can just enjoy. And if you really like music and you want to get an ima, which is where you can write a wish and leave it, they even have these little ones with Benzaiten on it. Entering the cave. This is so beautiful though, but it's like carved into the stone. Ooh. So I didn't really film the whole inside. There's like more stuff in there you can see, but it feels very sacred and I don't like to film things like that. So definitely go in there and experience it for yourself, unless you're like horribly afraid of the dark or claustrophobic. Maybe not for you, but you could see I was like squatting there for a hot minute. So, oh, this place is so beautiful. All right, so from here, we're gonna go up and we're gonna see more Jizo statues. So as you come up here, you'll see all of these statues. So these are what's called Jizo statues. So Jizo is the protector of children in Japan, and he's particularly the protector of children that have passed away, whether just from normal passing away or even from stillbirth or abortions and things like that. So people will give these little Jizo statues kind of in honor of that. So apparently over 50,000 of them have been given since around World War II times, which is a lot. I think when you come to Japan and you learn these things, it can transform the way that you see things when you travel around, because most people don't even know who Jizo is, but you'll see Jizo statues everywhere. And so knowing that will probably transform the way you see them. Same with many, many, many other things, and that's why we always stay respectful when we travel. So here is where the main hall is. And you can see, I won't go inside. You'll have to go inside for yourself. But they are these big, beautiful buildings that they house a statue of Kannon Bosatsu. So Kannon is the goddess of mercy and of love. And they have a big statue of her here. So a little bit about Hasedera. It goes back to, legend says it goes back to the 700s, but we found documents that say it probably just was mainly created during the Kamakura period, which you might remember is when? Around the 1200s. So really this goes back to then, and it's said that the big statue of Kannon here was created by a monk, and the monk had a really big camphor tree, and he wanted to carve a statue out of it, and the one he had was actually so big that he could carve 2 statues. So he made 2 Kannons, and the first big Kannon statue was kept at a temple called Hasedera, also in Nara, and then the other Kannon statue was sent adrift in the sea to find its karmic destiny. And eventually it wound up in Kamakura. So they found it, they brought it ashore, and they put it here. So it's one of the biggest wooden statues in Japan. It's very beautiful. I love Kannon. So as you walk around this place, it is very, very lovely. And you even have a really nice view I'm going to show you. So that's where you can go inside to see the really big Kannon. No pictures inside. Respect the statues, okay? But I'm gonna take you over here. I'm gonna show you this nice view. I love the architecture here. It's really lovely. Feels like a scene of a drama. We need another Shogun drama, because I loved that. All right, here's our view. Finally, you can see where you are, by the sea. You can see the sea. Wow. So the coast here is called Shonan Coast. So like I said, most Japanese people that come here to enjoy the coast. So if you just have a lot of time and you really want to experience the ocean in Japan, Shonan Coast and all of that back there is a really nice place to enjoy it. Because I know some people want to see what is the beach like in Japan. This is a good place to check it out because it's very beautiful, very popular. It's a popular spot right here. So if you come here in June, in I guess early July, you can go up this ocean view, ocean view path. And this is where you can see the hydrangeas. I'm too early, but I want to go up here anyway. So going up this path, you can see these are all hydrangeas, and it's too early for them. Wow, I can only imagine how beautiful this would be and how busy this would be. Hydrangeas, 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 hydrangeas. The view. Dang. So as I told you, the Kannon statue was drifting in the sea with the oyster shells. So now they have these shells kind of deified as godly. So you can buy an oyster shell and write your wish, almost like it's an emma, which is really unique. Very cool. Once you leave Hasedera, you can head to Kotokuin. So what that means is we're gonna walk a little bit more north. Nothing difficult. Look at my strong man and his little sun umbrella. Look how cute. If you're like me and a sucker for anything matcha, this is the right place for you. Oh my god, these look so good. Ah, matcha. In Japanese, there's actually a word called betsubara, which is your other stomach. So your stomach that's reserved for dessert. So do you guys have a betsubara? Because I know I do. I really, really do. I have like 4 or 5 stomachs, actually. Betsu, 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 bara. All right, here we go. Of course, we have our Neo gate with our... Oh, these are kind of cute. These aren't very particularly threatening. Neo Guardians. And let's get tickets. All right, we got our tickets, which are 300 yen per adult. And we are inside. And let me tell you a little bit first. Kotokuin is a Buddhist temple, if you didn't notice by the Neo Guardian statues that we saw when we came in, if you haven't watched any of my other videos. And the main feature is, of course, this statue. So this is a statue of the Amida Buddha. So the Amida Buddha, he is the Buddha of limitless light. He also is referred to as the Buddha with immeasurable life. So basically in Mahayana Buddhism, which is very, very popular here, he is the main figure. He is known for creating a pure land, which is kind of like a Buddhist heaven of peace and happiness. Perfect peace and happiness, might I add. So this is a very, very, very cool big Buddha statue that you can see. So the current statue here was finished in 1252, and before it they had a wooden Buddha statue which was completed in 1243, took 10 years to make, and then literally just 5 years later it was destroyed. So they decided to make a new statue of bronze, thinking of course that might do a little better. And here he is. Of course, there have been different repairs to the statue, but he still stands. And you know what is extra cool? You can actually go inside. So if you've ever wanted to see what it looks like inside of a statue, especially one from 1200s, this is your moment. So if you want to do that, just come over here. And to go inside, it's horribly expensive. It's 50 yen. So I think you guys can afford that. Make sure you go inside the Buddha and then say a little prayer at the main hall, and then you're welcome to leave. Kamakura is lovely because there's not like a surplus of activities here, but all of the things you can see are very cool, very unique. So it makes for a fantastic day trip. You can get through this place probably from 4 to 6 hours, I would say. All right, so I'm headed back to Hase Station. And you have a few different options from there. If you love the slam dunk anime, you might want to go to Kamakura Kōkō-Mae Station, meaning Kamakura High School Station, and see the iconic spot from Slam Dunk. So we are lame and we did a drive-by. I didn't feel like going all the way over there by train. It's not really that far. I'm just lazy. Or if you have somewhere to be, or you just don't care about Slam Dunk, you can take the Enoden that we came from at Hase, and instead of going to Kamakura Kōkō-Mae Station, go back where we came from to Kamakura Station. And then you can continue on your way to wherever you're going next. So we're going to get some lunch at Kamakura Station, and then we too are going to continue on our way. So thank you guys for watching. Consider liking and subscribing, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye!